Okay, so arrange yourself with your blanket so that you will be ready to sit. And I provided you with a little playlist. If you'd like to use that playlist, we can join it in together so that it kind of traces the dynamic of the class, which will kind of move from kind of slower to slightly pacier, but not too pacey. So we can hit play on the first track together in 3, 2, 1, go. Please find your prop and find a cross-legged seat, let's say. Having a blanket or a cushion or two to make your seat lifted means that your knees can be slightly lower than your pelvis so that you can feel well balanced. Please go ahead and straight away take your hands onto your body, onto your torso. I generally say left hand on the heart, right hand on the belly, but you can do whatever feels appropriate to you. And here, if you feel comfortable to do so, I invite you to close down the eyes. Even if the eyelids remain open, drop the gaze so that your attention turns inwards, so that we direct ourselves away from the sense of sight, maybe towards the sense of touch. Feeling underneath the fingertips, the movements of the breath unfolding. To begin with, we allow the breath to move in its natural way, with that lightest of touch underneath the fingertips. Making our hands, which we use all day long to produce, to do, to make, instead to receive the movements of the breath. Perhaps direct very gently the breath even more into your right hand, or the hand whichever is on your belly. Soften your jaw, soften your shoulders, soften your eye sockets. Welcome yourself to the practice. To begin with, we'll shape the breath a little using a count. So I invite you to settle on an exhale, allowing the body to contract underneath your hands. Then inhale for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And hold softly, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold gently, softening the shoulders, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Last round, inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. And hold. 2, 3, 4. Gently release your hands from the torso. Take the fingertips behind you. Perhaps point the fingers forward. And then very gently ease your heart upwards towards the ceiling, maybe pressing the feet gently into the floor, letting the shoulders roll back, and then taking a soft inhale, letting the breath pour into the lungs and embrace the heart. Inviting the breath in. From here, press the hands into the floor and then walk them forward in front of you. So keeping a cross leg in your seat, walk the fingers forward and come up onto the fingertips so you can reach your chest. As you press the hips back into the floor, softening the shoulders away from the ears. As you exhale, fold and bow down towards the earth. As you fold, the attention comes to the back of the body, and that's where the breath moves all the way to the back of the ribs. That space where your wings grow. On an inhale, walk your hands over to the right hand side. Your seat still pressing down into your prop, whatever you're sitting on. Maybe you can creep the left fingertips forward a little bit more. Expand your left side. Again, inhale, let's come back to the center, walk off to the left side now. So that the right fingertips can reach ever so slightly further, the right seat pressing back, easing away. And pour the breath into the right lung. Inhale, come back to your center. And walk the fingertips back until you feel the weight come over the pelvis, the weight of the bones descends down into your prop. Take both hands now onto the heart. Left hand onto the center of the heart, right hand on top of it. Close the eyes and return home. Soften the tongue and the mouth. Take yourself into receptive mode. Draw back the veil of your inner world and invite yourself in. Drop the hands back down to the earth and walk them forward. We'll uncross the shins, come into a tabletop shape. Very briefly. Here, just enough to circle the hips. In a wide circle, make your knees as wide as the mat as well. So just allowing the top of your thigh bone to move around in the bowl of the pelvis, go in both directions. Finally, then press the hands into the floor. So your feet are as wide as the mat. The knees are as wide as the mat. And we'll come into that wide-legged downward facing dog, very deep bend in the knees. Here, as you inhale, you look towards the fingertips. And as you exhale, you let your head bow down. So it comes between your arms, reaching towards the earth. So come up onto the fingertips and walk yourself back towards your feet, which are as wide as the mat. Here, we're going to grab either a blanket or a cushion or a pillow. I really like this pillow here because it's got fancy tassels on it and it makes me happy, but also because it's wide and I can get my heels onto it. I'll show you like this. You want your heels to be on it so that you can come down into a Malasana. So if your pillow is not wide enough, go ahead and use a blanket, which you can also fold up as high as you need to. Because if Malasana isn't your friend, this squat, then make it your friend by lifting the earth up to meet you. So we draw the palms together to again take our usually active hands into a more receptive mode. Nestle the elbows to the inside of the knees. Close the eyes perhaps here. Exhale, deepen your throat. Let the attention drop down into the body. What's nice about the blanket is you can allow the heels to be supported so that your weight can drop down into the heels. We appreciate here the heavy qualities so that we can stop our rushing around and slow ourselves down. Wrap yourself in your breath all the way around to the back of you. Soften the shoulders and anything else that needs to soften. Here, interlace the fingers at the back of your skull and softly press the head back into the fingers and then round yourself forward and fold on the inside. Hang here for a breath or two. Whatever you've been doing this day, this week, this month, this year, shrug it off here and give yourself a goddamn rest. One more breath to pour into the back of the body, to let your head be heavy, to let the pace of this thought slow down a little. Keeping your feet exactly as they are, we're going to shift into gravity, the head going down towards the earth and the hips going up towards the ceiling. So here you can grab onto opposite elbows. In fact, I'm going to show you a couple of options for this position. But keep your heels on your blanket so that your balls of your feet connect with the earth. And this will pour your weight more into the front of the foot, which will make the whole shape a little bit softer. Definitely keep a generous bend in the knees. So much so maybe that the belly and the thighs can touch. Here are a couple of options. If you have a block, you can experiment with what it feels like to put it between your legs as you find the hang here. This might feel nice to find, it kind of makes you feel a little bit held, you know, that there's this prop between your legs. Another option that you might like is if you weave the hands between the legs. So if you take your right hand behind your right calf and take it to the front of your left shin, and your left hand behind your left calf and take it to the front of your right shin, you have this cross here where you can fold in deeper. So those are three options for you. You can do it with this cross, arms across the shins. You can have a block between the legs, or you can just have a classic hang, holding on to the elbow. Whatever you have chosen, let it be something that is going to feel good. Let's stay here for a few cycles of breath. Let the back of your body be like a cascade, so that you can imagine energy and water dripping down the back of you. And imagine if water was falling down from the top of the universe to hit the top of your pelvis and was going to cascade down your back. Then your head wouldn't get in the way of this cascade. It's tucked in the crown of the head, reaching towards the earth. So that water flows purely down the back of the neck, back down the back of the skull, all the way down towards the floor. In the same way the breath pours through you. As we fold inwards, we invite our awareness into the body, into our inner world, and see if we can soften a little bit. To invite some patience, some compassion, and some delight. We slow ourselves into the practice. We have time to meet our tissues, our bones, the soft and spongy, lovely parts of us. Watch them melt. So take another deeper breath into the back of the lungs. Let the crown of your head be so heavy on your exhale. Take your hands forward and step your feet back. Again, wide as the mat. Bend the knees deeply. Remove any a blanket or cushion that was in the middle of your mat. Place the knees down onto the floor. And press yourself back into a wide-legged child's pose, just for 2 breaths. As you inhale, look forward. Ripple yourself forward. Let's take the belly to the floor. Tops of the feet meet the earth. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Lift the heart forward. We find a cobra. Like a wave in the spine. Gently exhale. Place yourself back down onto the floor. Inhale. Same thing, except this time bend your right knee. Pull your right heel in towards you. Exhale. Press yourself back down towards the earth. Inhale, the left heel comes in towards you, heart lifts. Exhale, lower. This time we press back. Again, downward facing dog. Deep bend in the knees, maybe finding any sways that feel nice. Maybe a shake of the head. Maybe as you exhale, you let that head bow between your shoulders. Look forward between the hands. Let's step the right foot to the front of the mat. Now place your left knee down onto the floor. And so that we're not on top of the kneecap, maybe either take care to walk the knee back a little bit extra, or here you can go ahead and have a nice blanket underneath your knee, so it'd be nice and supported. Take your right foot, unwalk it to the outside edge of your mat, and then point the toes off to the side. Here you can stay up on the fingertips. If you have blocks and it feels good to be more supported, you can stay with this. Let's not go too low. Let's just stay with the hands on the earth here. And we're going to start to drop down into the hips as we let the pelvis sink down. Your heel, your right heel, is as always connected to the earth. And that density of that calcaneus bone as it connects to the earth helps you feel grounded. Pour your breath in to the heart. Let it wash all the way down to the base of the pelvis and see if there's something you can soften and ease into. See if you can invite gravity into this right hip here. Enjoy the juiciness of your lovely, lovely body. Slow the breath. Right, take your left palm, press it to the earth. Turn towards your right and point your right toes towards the right. So we're turning the whole body towards the right. Your right heel presses down, and now your left hip is going to descend down towards the earth. So we find like a kind of side bend from the left heel, the outer seam of the left leg, all the way to the left bottom of the left ribs and the left shoulder. So your right hand can rest on your right knee, or it can be on the floor to make yourself more supported. If you want more support, also you can walk your left hand forward a little bit more, just to make sure that you're not feeling any pinching in the left shoulder. I'll stay here for just a breath or two. This is a passive version of a pose that we sometimes do together, and we will do today, called Soma Chandrasana, named after the essence of the moon. Think about this arc of the left side of your body, this stretch from left heel to left hip to left shoulder, making that crescent curve like the moon. Take another big breath and think about stretching and easing out the skin on the left side of the rib cage. As you inhale, take right hand to the floor, point your right toes back, step yourself back, downward facing dog. You can go ahead and leave your blanket there in the center of your mat if you used it for your knee. Maybe sway the hips side to side. Maybe you might notice a difference in the sensation of the left and right sides of the body because of your stretch that you did already on the left. Step the left foot forward between the hands, right knee meets the floor. So walk yourself forward with the left foot so that you're not on your right kneecap. Maybe inch the right knee back a little bit. Point the left toes off to the left-hand side of the mat. You know your options for the hands. You can stay up on the fingertips. You can stay on the palms. You can use a block or a book or two to elevate yourself higher. If that feels, here I'm demonstrating with a book. If it feels better, so that you don't have to go too deep into the hips. But we do descend down there. This is the point here. This is this yin practice. This is this pause. We get juicy and we feel those feels. There's an act of courage involved in meeting our own bodies. Everything that's laid down in the tissues, all the souvenirs of our life. So as you take a deeper and slower and juicier breath, savor every single flavor. Whatever comes up for you, meet it with compassion, with kindness, with softness. Two more breaths here. So again, we press the right hand into the floor, perhaps walk it a little bit forward. And then we turn around towards the left. So I'll show you this way. The left toes turn even or all the way around. Your left hip stacks over your right. The right side of the body becomes like that arch of the moon. The right heel gently, gently meeting against the earth. Yeah. So often I would say about pressing the right hand strongly into the floor. Here you can allow yourself to collapse a little bit into that right shoulder. In a yin practice, we stress in a good way the joints to create resiliency there as well. So that's fine. As long as there's no pain. Use your breath to not only lengthen the right side of your rib cage, but also to pour your attention deeply into your, I like to call it the caramel center. So this practice is our Cadbury's milk tray. This is our caramel posture because it's that soma, the juicy, lovely essence. So as you slow the breath and savor every flavor of it, as you can smell it and taste it and engage with your body. Can you feel how juicy and lovely and supple you are? Enjoy your embodiment. Let's take the left hand to the floor. Point the left toes forward, step back again, downward facing dog. Find that sway. Walk your hands back towards you at the back of the mat, bend the knees, come all the way down towards the floor. Take the feet in front of you. So remove any blankets and props and all your goodies for now. We won't need them for a little minute. Take the feet in front of you here, like a little pyramid shape, and take the hands behind the knees to lengthen your spine. So here, imagine that you're a queen or a king or any regal, elegant being. Embody the beauty and the elegance of your spine spiraling all the way towards the ceiling. As you exhale, take your left hand behind you, your right hand to your left knee, and keeping the belly and the ribs open, twist around towards your left. The collarbones reaching apart from each other like the wings of an eagle. Breathe in deeply. Take one more inhale. Exhale, go ahead and swap over straight away the left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you, and spread yourself proud. Chin parallel with the floor, back the neck long. Inhale, come back to center, take the hands behind the knees. Make your spine nice and long. Glue the knees together, point the toes. See if the shins can come parallel with the floor. Yes, we're starting to move a little bit more dynamic here. Keep those legs glued together. Find the space between your two sit bones, the tail and the pubic bone, that triangle, that diamond there, and hold it in, suck it in. Maybe join the palms and lift the crown of the head, get tall through the spine. Big breath into your lungs. Take another inhale. Exhale, place both feet down onto the floor. Grab a hold of your ankles from the outside. Lengthen your spine. Take an inhale. And then exhale, walk your heels away just enough that you can fold for 2 breaths over your legs. Perhaps the head can nestle in between the knees here as we both fold in and meet ourselves. Inhale, walk your hands back. Draw the legs in, let's cross at the shins. Take the hands in front and step your feet back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in through the nose. Here, enjoy, exhale, sigh through the mouth. Walk the hands back towards the feet. Tailbone down, unravel the spine like liquid. Heels down, chin comes last. Fingertips reach all the way up towards the ceiling. Join the palms here. And then the thumbs pull down as we trace a line. Actually touch the forehead as you trace the thumbs across the third eye, across the nose, across the heart. Let the hands meet the heart there. Take a breath in. Reach the arms up towards the ceiling one more time. Exhale, trace that line. And we'll continue it all the way down, finding a deep forward fold. Hands to the earth. So the knees can bend as much as they need to. I say that always, but in particular today. Inhale, look forward. Step your right foot back, right knee towards the floor. Both arms up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, take your right hand to the back of your right leg. Root that down as you reach the left arm up towards the ceiling and your left side of your heart up towards your left hand. Breathe in, reaching up from the space behind your wings. Exhale, plant both hands down towards the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Press your hands, inhale, left leg all the way towards the ceiling. Bend the knee and point the knee towards the sky. Here, draw a circle. 1, 2, 3. Slow and juicy, 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 juicy and slow. The next inhale will reach the left leg all the way towards the ceiling. If you didn't make all three, don't worry about it. Don't worry about anything at all. Take your left foot forward between the hands. Make the right heel meet the earth. Here we walk both hands off the right-hand side of the mat. So the legs still reaching back in space, both feet pressing into the floor. The heart goes forward. Here we bow. We bow down to the earth. We bow down to nature. This is the feminine quality. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Feminine quality is this connectedness with nature. So as we bow down, exhale, we bow down to nature and we bow down to ourselves. Inhale, come back towards the center. Walk the hands around the left foot, step back into a plank pose. Not too much strength today. Knees, chest, chin, go ahead and meet the earth. Ripple forward like a snake. The tailbone tucks, pubic bone tucks, belly lifts, heart goes forward. Cobra. Shoulders down, making space for you. Always juicy. Exhale, lower. Press the hands again. Inhale, heart forward. Right foot bends in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, heart forward. Left foot bends in. Exhale, lower. Last time, heart goes forward, perhaps both feet bend in. The heart reaches like a spiral towards the front and then up. Exhale, press it back. Bend the knees, wide like child's pose. Pelvis settles. Perhaps you're a sigh. Tuck the toes underneath. Let's press the palms. Downward facing dog. Come up onto the fingertips and gently ease yourself, walk yourself back to the back of the mat. Round through the spine like liquid, tail down. The juicy fluidity of your spine, get that snaky, lovely quality. Press the heels down and then let the arms reach up towards the ceiling. The inhale, find that updraft, that lift behind your wings. Exhale, draw the thumbs down. Connect inwards. As you draw your gaze inwards, the thumbs trace past your third eye, down the nose, down the heart. Continue all the way down towards the floor, forward fold. Good. Here, step the right foot forward. So the left knee is going to meet the earth. So we're at the back of the mat there. Okay, drive the right heel into the floor, arms up. Left hand meets the thigh, right hand reaches up, and the heart reaches up to meet the right hand. Exhale, both hands down towards the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Right leg here reaches towards the ceiling, yearning towards the heavens. And we bend the knee so that we can access again that juicy space, that hip socket space, drawing that lovely circle, right knee. 3 lovely circles. Think about how cats would do this. Arr, yummy, yum, yum. This is our box of chocolates practice, so enjoy the flavors. Exhale, let's step the right foot forward between the hands. Take left heel towards the earth. Ground down, get solid. Walk the hands off the left-hand side of your mat. So here your hips reach back until, ooh, you feel nice, juicy sensations. The heart lifts forward. So proud. Think about when we twisted, how long the spine was. Pour the breath into both lungs. As you exhale, we fold forward. Down towards the earth. Doesn't matter how low we go. What matters is this surrender, this humility. Inhale, again we lift. Exhale, we bend down. Inhale, come back. Frame the right foot with both hands. And we step back, downward facing dog. Sorry, plank, yes. Knees, chest, chin. Greet the earth with the center of the heart. Tuck the tail, snake through the spine. Inhale, cobra. Roll the shoulders back and down so the heart can bear itself forward. Exhale, lower. Again, we inhale, we pull our heart forward. Left heel bends in towards you. Exhale, and lower. Same thing, heart goes forward. Right heel comes forward. Exhale again. Inhale like a queen, heart forward. Both feet maybe can point in towards you. Exhale, press back, wide-legged child's pose. Oh, what a deep inhale. And just one soft exhale out through the mouth. The sweetness of movement. Maybe you can feel it on the skin. The sweetness of effort. Maybe you can leave something on the mat. Hook the hands forward. Tuck the toes. Let's find downward facing dog. Walk the hands back. Roll through the spine. Tailbone down. All the way until we reach the hands up towards the ceiling. Join the palms, trace that line again. And we fold, 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 fold. Okay, let's walk the right foot forward. Left knee towards the floor. So the hands are framing the right foot. Let's pull the right hip back. Toes lift. So this like half Hanuman shape, the back of the leg stretch. We inhale to lift the chest. And exhale and fold. Go forward, inhale as you frame the right foot, left knee lifts. Turn the right toes to face the right hand side of the mat. Left hand meets the earth. Right hand reaches back as we let the left hip drop. This is our soma, our essence, our juiciness. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Left knee meets the floor. As you place it down, untuck the back toes and like the wings spreading wide, like take arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Maybe interlace the fingers, point the first finger up towards the ceiling and let that pull your heart up towards the moon. Good. Exhale, hands frame the right foot and bow. Drop the head. As we inhale, we look forward. As we exhale, we step back, downward facing dog. And soft breath in. Soft breath out. Left foot steps forward. Right knee meets the earth. Place down carefully. Pull the left hip back, left toes back. So we stretch a little bit into that back of the leg. Inhale, we reach the chest forward, and then exhale again, we bow over ourselves, over the leg, over the nature, over the earth. Go forward again, frame the left foot, lift the back knee, the right knee. We point the left toes off towards the left. Right hand meets the earth. Left hand circles up, around, and points towards the right foot as right hip drops down. Feel free to sigh and make any nice juicy noises, especially if you're at home and nobody can hear you, and even if somebody can hear you. Inhale, come forward, frame the left foot. Right knee makes its contact with the earth, and then the arms lift, 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 lift. The heart lifts, the fingers interlace apart from the index finger. We reach the heart up. Pour the breath into your body, make space for it, enjoy it, fill your cup. Exhale, take both hands around your left knee and the left foot and fold them. On the next inhale, we'll step the right foot to meet the left, forward fold at the front of the mat, bend the knees, again, make it like a waterfall, maybe drop the hands to the elbows, let the head shake, maybe bend one knee and the other, whatever feels good, juicy, juicy. Walk the feet heel-toe them together until the toes touch. Then point the toes out, the heels are connected. The knees are going to point out to the side as we bend the knees. We take the fingers to the floor in front of us, like a little froggy. Exactly. Here we've lifted up first. As we exhale, we take the backs of the hands to the floor. See if perhaps we can reach underneath and grab the heels. If not, the backs of the hands can just press against the earth. Whatever you're holding, you reach forward first with the chest, with the heart, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, we curl in, curl in, curl in. We can curl in as much as we feel courageous to do so, as well balanced as we feel, perhaps even the crown of the head meets the floor. As the spine rounds, the shoulders move away from the ears. And in this tight, round little shape, we again feel and hear the echo of the breath. Let the sense of sound of hearing draw us inward to trace the inner landscape. The next inhale is slow. The next exhale is soft. Look forward. So the backs of the hands press the floor, or in fact, no, take the hands forward and with care, with gentleness, with ease, place your lovely feet down onto the earth. Whoop. Lovely. Take your feet in front of you. So we've got like a long diamond shape. So you've got like, I don't know, a decent amount of space between your pubic bone and your heels. Take the hands to the outside of the shins and start to spiral yourself around. So we're going to ease in here as we start to move ourselves in towards another passive posture. So see if you can create length and juiciness in space. All these muscles as we connect the lower back to the hips, the top of the pelvis. The spine reaches forward. It's like stirring a pot. And this is actually in some of those Hindu myths we've got. That's how they create that soma, that juiciness is the stirring of Mount Meru, the spine, in the pot of the pelvis. So we're yearning forwards and forwards of the heart towards the heels, going deeper and deeper and deeper as much as you can. And then finally, we'll drape the upper body over the lower body, palms facing up. And here I can show you a couple of options. You can either go au naturel and let the crown of the head drop down, knowing that the head can hang in the air and that will create a good, nice stretch for the back of the neck, as long as you let the head be heavy, the skull heavy. If you'd like to prop yourself here, you can use a block or a book or something to let the head be supported so that the forehead can press against your prop. It's nice stimulation for the pineal gland, which is located behind the center of the forehead. Otherwise, you can use a cushion or two. I like to do this to, if it's high enough for you, or you can combine it with your prop, with your stack of books or other things. so that it can be high enough so that you can place a cushion. Anything that feels just absolutely amazing and lovely. You select that for you. The other thing that you can also do to make it feel a little bit less taxing when your lower back is to place a cushion or something underneath your pelvis to elevate your hips a little bit. I realize I have loads of dark props, dark leggings on dark mat, which is not very helpful. So hopefully you can see. So select something where you can drop, and then, let's drop. I invite you to let the palms be facing up in a gesture of receptivity. Knowing that this shape goes straight deep to the heart of the matter. Many things may be talking to in your body, in which case, feel the feels. Bathe yourself in that delicious caramel juiciness of sensation. God, how good it is to feel things and let them be our guide. Weave your breath around every sensation and make friends with it in that way. Maybe if you've noticed any shift or no shift at all, let something drop into the mat. Maybe it's your bones, maybe it's your judgment. Very slowly, we'll connect the fingertips to the floor again and use them to walk, gently easing out, slowly back until the weight stacks over the pelvis. Remove a bunch of props that you used. Take the soles of the feet to the floor, feet as wide as the mat, and then point your knees to one side and then the other side. Enjoy any snap, crackles, or pops as you unravel a little bit the gravity of what we just did. Shift your hips forward towards your heels. And here, if you do have a block, it's really nice to use for what we're going to do next. And if you don't have a block, I invite you to take 2 pillows or a blanket rolled up. I'll show you all the options. We'll come down to lie down. Feet probably about hip width apart. Balls of the feet press into the air. And we're going to just press down into the floor enough to lift the hips up so that you can take a prop, your block or blanket or something, and nestle it in underneath your sacrum. So what is your sacrum? It is a lovely triangle-shaped bone where your tailbone is, which is the place where your pelvis meets your spine. So it's like you can feel the hard bones at the back of your body and let your pelvis rest on that. So you should feel completely supported. It's not on your lower back. It's not on your actual butt cheeks. It's kind of in the middle there. You should feel like you could hang out there forever. So obviously it could be a block, or it could be the same effect, or a similar effect can be achieved with a blanket or something, as long as it's even-ish. Here, let the palms rest to face up. And see if you can find a softening of your face and a surrender of the heart. As you're held by whichever prop you have, allow it to be an invitation to do less, to know that you are held. Held by the earth, held by all of us. We're all here together. Held by everyone who loves you. We're all in this kind of tension where we're holding on hand by hand. Held by your breath. Let all of your bones be weighty, not only in the lower body, but also in the shoulders, in the arms, and skull. Let your soft tissues and your skin melt. Gently press your feet into the earth, just enough that you can gently remove your prop. And very slowly ease yourself back down to the floor until you feel your pelvis meet the earth. Walk your feet to the outside edges of the mat and let the knees knock in towards each other. Take your hands to the belly and the heart. And watch how your body readjusts and reconnects with the earth. Walk your left leg forward. Draw the right knee in towards you. Either interlace the fingers around the shin or the back of the hamstring. Take a second to let the left hip drop, and then here, taking the left hand to the right knee, guide it over to the left hand side. Right palm faces up. And ease the breath into your right lung. As we twist around ourselves, let whatever comes in your sensations, in your tissues, in your body, in your bones, let it be. And enjoy the texture of the breath. Savor the texture. As you inhale, slowly let your right knee come back towards the center. The back of the right hip meets the floor. Extend the right leg long. Maybe pause for a second to observe qualities in the body between the left and the right sides. Before you take the left knee in and embrace it, either the hamstring or the shin. We guide the left knee to the right, using the right hand. The left hand reaches out towards the left. We spiral in on ourselves again. One of my favorite teachers translates the word yoga as intimacy. Let this practice be a way of becoming intimate with your own physical experience, your breath experience, your mental experience. Reveling in its beauty and its wondrousness. The aliveness of our sensation. As you inhale, guide your left knee back in towards the center, give it a hug. Here we can extend both legs long. You can take the palms to face up. Perhaps here, if you have a blanket, you can cover yourself up with it. You can use a pillow underneath your head. You can use a pillow underneath the backs of your knees. Get as cozy as you like. Oh, ready for bed. So I'm going to guide the beginning of the Shavasana. If you like, you can just stay and just stay there. And like, we don't have to end the class together. We can just stay. So get cozy in your Shavasana, please, however you've arranged yourself. Take a breath in, pour the breath in to your body, through your nose, into the lungs, all the way to the depths of your belly. Perhaps find a sigh, exhale. One more time as you breathe in, savor that texture, the flavor, the essence of your breath entering into your body and mingling with the caramel juicy goodness of your very own self. Exhale sweetly. Let the back of your skull, the pelvis, the backs of the heels be heavy against the earth. Let all of your body relax and soften. Let your belly be soft, your tongue soft, your eye sockets spacious and deep. See yourself on the floor and allow all of your body to soften and melt into the earth. Let your eyes be heavy inside the sockets like pebbles. Let your belly soften and deepen. And be so sweet. Perhaps you feel how the blood courses around your veins. How the breath dances through every cell. Let the breath soften and deepen as your body spreads and deepens into the earth. If you'd like to stay here for your Shavasana, go ahead and stay and chill. Lie here for as long as you like. Cozy and sweet. I'll in fact leave you. We don't need to formally close the practice. In your own time, when you're ready, you can roll to the side, bend the knees. Take your time whenever it is you choose to come out of the practice. And see if you can maintain this lovely, sweet and slow pace for the rest of your evening. I thank you again for this practice. Om Shanti. Good evening to you.